Okay, I had hoped to do a video of the convention that I went to this weekend, but unfortunately somehow my memory card reformatted itself and I lost absolutely everything. I've lost all my pictures, all the videos, and put the blog together. Just poof. I have been given some sites. Thank you to Grant and thank you to Lee for giving me those websites. I will check those out and see if I can recover anything. And also thank you to the people who sent pictures over for me to then I've got memories, and thank you to those that he's just pulled together and just sent me images and pictures, and it means so much. It means a lot, and I'm grateful for that. Okay, so what I decided to do though is to just talk about the convention, talk about my experiences, what I felt, the good things and the bad things. Okay, well, I got there around, what time was it? I think I got there around 2 o'clock-ish on Friday. And Midnight got there not long after me. And Michelle, the girl we were staying with, she'd gone to the dungeons with her friend Jerry. So me and Midnight were just sat chatting, we checked in. Check-in for me was quite smooth. I get an access pass because maybe with my autism. So really for me, registering wasn't that big a deal. I got my access pass and then about an hour after that I went down to register and I got straight through. I got my band that was all given. I got my ID card, which is here. And yeah, so registering itself was pretty smooth. I got my credit notes for my pictures and I got the pictures I wanted. The ones that I used the credit note for and the ones that I paid for. I got them really quickly and yeah, that side of it went like clockwork. It was great. We went down to the disco and again, that was fun. It was a little bit crowded, but that's not me complaining. I don't do well in crowds and I just kind of like step to the side and dancing Midnight, and then Michelle got up dancing. She got me on the floor but made sure I wasn't in any of the crowds and that. So the party on Friday night was really good. It was buzzing and it was a great night. I had a laugh and we had fun and yeah, just a great time. One thing I do have to say is, well, it didn't run smoothly on a Friday, but it was so funny in hindsight. Michelle had booked the room, and when me and Midnight went to go check us in, they couldn't find Michelle's booking. It just wasn't coming up on the system. So me and Midnight went round trying to find Michelle, texting, ringing, looking all the way around the hotel. We eventually found her, and then Michelle came to see why we couldn't find the details. It turned out, somehow along the line, between Michelle sending the details in and us booking in, and then receiving the details, that somehow it had been put down for the 29th, not the 30th. But anyway, we got the room and it was all fine, it was all sorted. And the room itself, was nice. It wasn't dirty, wasn't grubby, it was really, really nice. I know a lot of people like saying the rooms was dirty and somebody found a pizza under the bed, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Ours was pretty nice. You know, I can't fault the room. You know, and the staff at Norbrick they was really really nice. I can't fault the staff at Norbrick. And then, like I say, we went to a party, and the party was great, and really enjoyed myself. Saturday, me and Midnight got up, we went for breakfast, and Saturday it was good, you know. I had a picture with Nate from Vampire Diaries and Originals. He played the original Cole, and Nate was lovely, you know, he was so funny, he was so sweet. And then I also went to some of the talks, and I had a picture with I asked Matt Davis a question about him being in Blue Crush, to which he said that I actually said that on the commentary, the three girls who are in Blue Crush said that Matt picked the surfing up really quick and that he's a really good surfer. To which Matt said that was extremely sweet of him, but he's a terrible surfer and he doesn't surf now. But his brother surfs, and when he was surfing, he had to have a stunt double. So yeah, I think I was being modest there, but I think he is still good. Like I say, the girls on the commentary couldn't praise him enough with his surfing skills, so I think I was being very modest. I also asked Nate a question for Midnight, because Midnight was volunteering at the convention, and the question was, did he give any advice to Daniel Sharman when Daniel Sharman took over the role of Cole, and did you talk to him about it? And at first I thought I was in trouble for asking the question, because he went, right, look, listen. Everyone's like, oh. And he said the only thing he told Daniel Sharman was to make sure that he made Cole better looking. And when we talked a little bit about Daniel, he was like saying, Daniel was really, really tall. We said, yeah, I have pictures of him. He is tall. I'm 5 foot, and I think Daniel's like, you know, 2, 3 heads taller than me. So yeah, you know, Daniel is very, very tall. But yeah, I think that's all the questions we asked on Saturday. Because really, I wanted to spread everything out, like get all the talks done one day, photos done the other, that kind of thing. But the Sunday, we had the Chase Coleman gig on the Saturday, which I enjoyed. Also had David playing the violin. And my God, David is a beautiful player. He plays the violin. Oh, it is gorgeous the way he plays. I could just listen to him play the violin all day. I love the violin. I always have since I was a little girl. I think really my love for violin comes from Sherlock Holmes. I used to watch the 80s TV show, Jeremy Brent, and he said Brent Spiner for some reason. I think he would be a good Sherlock. But yeah, I could just listen to him play all day. He was just so mesmerising with it. And I think the violin is a beautiful instrument. So yeah, I was in love listening play it. It was just so beautiful. I wish I could play the violin. I actually suggested on Sunday for him to read Clockwork Angel Clockwork Princess. I know I suggest it to everybody, but it was such because of Jem playing the violin and listening to him. I could actually not playing Jem, but maybe playing Jem's uncle who comes into it later on in the books, and I think he's going to be in the Darkest Hours, no, Last Hours series. I think he's going to be in that. So I think he would be perfect for Jem's uncle. Okay, on Sunday me and Michelle we decided to go down for breakfast, and yeah, we just had breakfast and then went back up to the room, got changed, and then went down to the talks. The talks was fun, you know, we always are, especially when Sebastian Rocher is involved. He is just insane. He was bouncing off the walls, and there was he kept talking about this girl in one of the meet and greets. He kept saying, "I'm legal" or something, and I kept calling the Norbert sign, something like that, and say because I've lost everything, I'm trying my best to think of things that happened and everything. It was just crazy. And then I got to have my picture with David and Riley, and I had a picture with Seb. And it was also nice. I do have my Riley picture, my Seb picture, but I'm still waiting on my David, Seb and Matt picture because Rogue ran out of printing paper, which it was kind of on this special paper that was on a wall, and they couldn't get their hands on it anywhere. Two reasons: one, it was a Sunday, and two, it was specialist paper, which I did actually see the paper, and it was like you know when you get a kitchen roll and that kind of thing, and it's kind of like rolled up on the thing. It's kind of like that, and you get that, and you just put that in the printer, and then it comes off the roll as the printer's going. So yeah, it's not like we could go out and get some more. They should have anticipated how many people wanted pictures, or how many they needed printing out, really. So, you know, there's two sides to it. You know, they could have made sure they had enough, and they could have, but for people like to say they should have gone out and got some. They couldn't go out and buy any because it wasn't possible to get it in Blackpool. What else? The queues, they Rogue dropped the ball on the queuing, but queuing is, this is it, I don't want it to sound like I'm saying people's one for complaining, but I also don't want it to seem like I'm slagging Rogue off. I'm trying my best to be really, 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 really neutral. When it comes to the queues are part and parcel of conventions. You know, everybody queues, everybody waits in line. But Rogue didn't put in a place. Normally it would go Emeralds A to G, or what other ones? Ruby A to G, that kind of thing. And this time we didn't do it. We just said all emeralds, or all rubies, or all diamonds, or all amber, or sapphire. So we didn't really have that staggered thing where there was going, like, well, you come, like, we got those through, you come now. You know, it was very all go. So it became a free-for-all for everybody queuing up for pictures and everything. So yeah, you know, that was Rogue's fault. They should have kept in the regular things, like saying, or maybe even have a break between calling the groups, because there was calling groups when there was still other groups queuing, which made the queues longer. But yeah, it was really frustrating. Like I said, luckily I was access, so I was able to be manoeuvred through. But yeah, I do feel sorry for all those people who was left in the queues, because it did get a bit mad. And of course, there was an incident in the photo studios. I'm not going to call it a fight. I'm not going to say a woman was attacked, because we don't actually know the full story. We just know there was an incident, and that's so. Yeah, and I'm not going to dwell too much on that, because, like I say, I don't know the full story. I only know what I've seen, what I heard being outside the room, and it was crazy, and it was wrong that the two women had the altercation. That should never have happened, and it's very easy to blame Rogue, but whatever happened, the women involved should have known better than to start whatever happened, especially in front of the guests, and that is just embarrassing. Like I say, I'm not gonna dwell too much on it, because I don't know the full story, but no matter what way, it's embarrassing. But yeah, the con itself, for me, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't one of Rogue's best. I will be honest, I have seen worse ones. Funny enough, another one in Blackpool, which it just put me off volunteering, stewarding, helping out, not insurgents, but this other one in Blackpool I went to, because I was actually PA at this convention, and it was so manic. It was a lot worse than insurgents. I mean, like, people, talking about queues, people was going out, having a cigarette, going for some dinner, then not being allowed to come back in. They had to go back to the end of the queue and queue back up to go back in, so it's that one, the Winter Gardens, was a lot worse than Insurgents 9. And people's like saying to me, "Oh, how bad do you think this convention is?" I'm like, look, I have seen worse. I have seen a lot worse. And I don't think people believed me when I said that. I was just kind of like, oh, right, okay. Maybe it's because I didn't agree with what people were saying and all that, but because I wasn't siding with them. But, like I said, I have seen worse. And don't know, I'm not saying not to be angry at Rogue, but what I will say is the volunteers, the staff, they went out of their way to help everybody, and there's a couple that really stick out in my mind. A guy called Matt Bond, he was awesome, he was so funny. He had everybody in hysterics, everybody in uproar, and he was really, really nice. He was so funny. And there was a situation where Emerald wasn't called to the photo shoot, and it was on the very off chance that I found out that Emerald was meant to go for the photos. So I told him, and he was like, okay, right, but get it sorted. And midnight said, a couple of minutes after I got down there, it came up. So he did something. And yeah. What else? There was another young lad on the photo doors who, I didn't get his name, but he was really, really nice. Like, he remembered, whenever I went down, he remembered me and knew I'm not good in crowds. That, and I must have I must have looked like I was about to have a panic attack, because every time he saw me, he'd be like, come on in. And he'd let me stand in the hallway until out of the way until it was time for me to go down, or by the time I got there, I'll just go straight down, kind of thing. So he was lovely. He was really, really nice. And then there was another young girl, but I couldn't tell you what she looked like, who she was. I just remember this young Irish girl. One of the times I got stuck in crowds, I was kind of like cowering, and she just came over and just kind of like put her arm on me. It's like, you okay? I'm like, no, I'm freaking out. So she was so lovely. Like, she just kind of like guided me to the photo doors, and same lad. I said, like, come on, in you get, And she was lovely. I wish I'd gotten her name, and I wish I'd got the lad's name. But yeah, I'm trying to look at the good things and kind of thing. I'm not giving up conventions, and I think Midnap's a little bit worried. I was kind of going to shy away from conventions, but I'm not. And yeah, all in all, for me personally, apart from the situation with the photos where now I have to wait for my photos to come, and hearing the kerfuffle in the photo room, all in all, it was a good weekend. And yeah, that's all I can say really. Do my best to think of more. Like I said, if I hadn't have lost all my footage, I didn't record any of the talks because we're not allowed to do that. But we was allowed to record the gig on the Saturday night, Chase's gig, and I've lost that footage, and which is, I'm more kicking myself about that because it was so beautiful. But again, thank you to brilliant people in the I9 groups. I've got some footage for my own personal memories. I'm not going to use their footage in a vlog because that's not fair. They do the footage and it shouldn't be shared by me because it's not mine. But I'm going to put all I can onto a DVD, onto a disc, and then at least I've got some memories of it. And I've got permission to share the photos. So I'm going to post photos but not videos. I'm just going to keep the videos on my own personal memories and that. But yeah, it was a mad weekend. It was a crazy weekend for both good and bad reasons. But all in all, I had a good time, and I had a good time with friends and everything. But for now, I'll say love you lots and lots like jelly tots, and keep it big and weird.